Hello and welcome back. Today we are going to be doing part 3 of the Transformers Haslab Omega Prime package. So, to begin, we are going to be doing turning him to be ready for Omega Prime first, then make him ready, and then we'll make Blue Bolts ready. So first thing we're going to do, we're going to change the camera view so we can see them all and see everything, and move this guy off to the side. And same with Blue Bolts. And let's begin on Optimus. First thing we want to do, untab the shoulders. This is from Super Mode to get to Omega Prime. Unplug the shoulders, leave them to the side. Same with the arms, unfurl, untab, unfurl and untab. And then we untab, unclip, I said unclip the feet. We're going to just transform that back into what it should be. Unclip, that one was a lot easier. And look, weird version of Optimus Prime. We are going to change that cursed version soon. Okay. We're going to untap the back from the figure. Untab. I said, let's rotate the fire truck to connect with the back of it. Then, oh, that's cool. That's actually a feature that I'm not going to talk about. Unclip it from the front. That's why there was an issue. We have to make sure his chest is puffed out, and then we can put this off to the side. And then Optimus Prime is ready. This is how you're going to have him look. Head in, chest puffed out, arm guards down, feet, heels in, and legs like normal robot legs, and then the girdle. As the team at Hasbro called, or one of the guys called it, Evan, I believe. As Evan called it. And we're going to put this off to the side and then focus on Ultra Magnus. Ultra Magnus! First thing you want to do is take off his legs. Take off his crotch and his legs. We'll put those to the side. Then you want to take off his arms. And to do that, you have to untab his arms. First untab this part, then untab this, and then this, and then it'll come off itself. And you want to open that all up. So it's like this. And make sure the hands are open. This will become important later. We'll deal with this later as well. So we'll put them off to the side for now and focus on the legs. First thing we want to do with the legs, split them. Then bring the crotch up and bring it back down. Like you're trying to make it into truck mode again. Unfurl, unfurl. And then unfurl all the bars and such. So you can fold up the knee pad. This is important. This will be very important later. And soon. Next thing you want to do, lengthen the foot on both sides. And now you have this thing. Now, we're going to focus on one leg and then do the other. Next thing you want to do, fold this peg up onto that port. And while you do that, move this down. Move this down. And like that. Actually, wait, I forgot. Let's redo that. So what you want to do is move this down and then push this up from the bottom. There's that little hole right there. Push that up from the bottom, bring it up, then bring it and tab it in. There we go. That's better. Then fold the things like this, or fold them in so that this peg goes into this tab, and then this tab goes into this port. And you want to have those spread out like that. And then you bring the foot down and it'll rest pretty much. And that's one leg done. Wait. Not sure what to do with that. We'll find out later. So that's one leg. Then do the same on the other side. Down, up, in, unflurl, reflurl, bring down, and boom, you got yourself a leg. Is this all tabbed in and such? There we go. There's a little thoop that makes it so you know it's correct. Okay, and those are the legs. We will deal with this later. We're just getting the parts ready, then we'll deal with getting them all on him. So move the legs out. Next part, the arms. If you've done them like this, you can see the super mode or Omega Prime hands. This is pretty much done. So those go off. Next part, the torso part of him. I think we can probably zoom in for this. Actually, no. We're going to leave it at 0.5 so I can see everything. And now, what we want to do is untap his arms from his torso and make it so his arms can bend inwards, like this. Then, next step, unfold the chest, and then untab the jetpack. Bring that up like you're making it into truck mode. And, okay, you can see it kind of forming. Move. We're going to open up this part, untab the front of the truck, or the bottom grill of the truck. Move these up and over. Up and over. And boom, we got that part. Next, as we are going to fold the head into the jetpack. So it's like this. Let me show that again. So the head goes straight. I think it rotates, and then it folds into the jetpack. Nope, that's the wrong way. It has to be faced like it normally is, and then it folds into the jetpack. Or what is going to become the jetpack for Omega Prime. Something ain't right here. Where is it going? That looks about right. It's been a while. Next thing you want to do is untab this and bring up the Omega Prime head. Fold up the ears. Ears. Then you're going to want to untab this part, the windows of the truck. It's a lot easier when you have thumbs. And untab, bring them forward and tab them in. Tab them into the front of the vehicle. They will tab into the what becomes Omega Prime's chest. Then, a cool thing they do, you want to bring the shoulder pads up, fold the chest plate in, fold the crotch plate and abs down, unfold the shoulder bits, and then you want to accordion this front part of the truck up and back and then it will not lock in, but these two slots will tap into those two pegs as you do this. And boom, you got yourself this part done. Next thing we're going to do is fold these down like this. Fold these down like this, because we will be doing something with this very shortly. So, first thing we're going to do, we're going to move that off to the side as well, because we're going to do it part by part. First things first, we are going to do his legs. So let's bring in Optimus. What we want to do is clip it like we do for super mode, and then there's this peg for that little thing in his port. Okay, what we want to do, that is good. Take this peg right here and peg it into this slot right there. So as you peg in the foot, peg that in. Then bring up the other part. It'll plug into the side of the leg. Bring this forward. This will plug into this port of the leg, like the one part in super mode. Then you bring this up, like you would do for not a Mega Prime, for Ultra Magnus, and do the same thing on the other side. Clip, peg in, fold up, peg, fold in, peg, fold up, peg, and boom, he now is very tall. If my review thing would stay standing while I try and get him working. Okay, next thing we're gonna do is his arms. So, let's bring in this arm. So, cool thing they did that relates to the show. That thumb will actually peg into his hand, like he did in the cartoon. So that will peg into his hand. The fingers will close around. You rotate the arm. You peg these two ports to these two pegs. Fold that up, fold that up, fold that up, fold that up, and you got one arm. And a nice Autobot symbol showing up. Then, the next one. Same dealio. Tap it into the hand. Close the fingers, rotate, fold down, 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 down. And boom, you got yourself new arms. If you wanted to, you could flip up his head, get rid of the girdle for a second, and boom, you got yourself very powerful Optimus. But that's not what we're going for. We're going for a better thing. If I can get everything back up and running. Come on. Function with me, machine. Next thing. We're going to do something that makes it a lot easier later. Flip this up. This will be important later. And now, let's grab the chest. So, first thing we want to do, bring this up. They tell you we're going to lift up his chest, lift this up, and this clip right here, goes where that one clip went in super mode. So you clip that in first. It's a little difficult lining it up sometimes, but then that's done. You unfurl, dang it. Give me 1 second to adjust the camera so you guys can see. Because this guy got pretty tall pretty fast. So, we're going to lift it up like this, fold these out, then bring them down. And over, these little red bits will go over his arms. Just over, nothing more. And then, come on, they go over his arms, and you have to get everything working right, otherwise it likes to pull tricks on you. been a long time since I've done this. And there we go. You have to fold the head in a specific way where the head's facing towards the sky or towards the jetpack. Then you can bring it down. There's this tab right there, that goes into that slot. Tab that in, bring the arms in. They'll go behind the backpack or behind that piece we had lifted up earlier. And bring everything forward. Okay, and then we just position these right. Then this little bit will tab into these two things right there. Bring that down, or nope, it doesn't tab in, it just covers. And that's that part. Then we are going to adjust the camera again to increase the height. And then see those tabs again. We'll bring them down, accordion it again, and tab it in. Bring down these little red bits. They don't do much, but they do much. And there we go. That's Omega Prime. But you may ask, where are his weapons? What weaponry does he have? Glad you asked. He has blue bolts. First, we take off those missiles. We open both sides of the torso, flip the head, open, take off the arms, rotate the arms, legs in and down, fold the toes in, fold the toes in, fold the knees up, and then basically what we want to do is take the guns, rotate them, make sure they can plug in on the very top like this. So this peg, that, peg, or peg on either side because these are interchangeable. Boom, you got it like that, and then rotate that. Boom. And then missiles just plug into the front. Plug into the front. And then these two pegs on each side will plug into these 4 tabs on top. I'll show you how that looks. 4 tabs, 4 pegs, line them up. I'm just gonna stand them up so it's easier for me. Stand them up, plug them in, and there we go. We have one of his weapons, or one of his many fancy weapons. Next weapon he has is a big-ass sword that is bigger than he is. Yet he can still hold it because there's these notches in his hand that go into these notches in the handle. I'm going to shorten the handle just for a moment, just to make it a little easier for him to hold. Ever so slightly easier to hold. It's been a bit since I've had him hold the sword. And you just close his hand around it, and he should hold it, but something's going awry. There we go. Now I can get his sword in it. Come on. I hate when this happens. This is one reason I don't mess with the sword very often. It's a bit of a hassle and very, very, very large. It was originally from Fort Maximus in the cartoon. Fortress Maximus, and I'm just going to give up on the sword. But I believe in Cybertronian, these mean till all are one. And that's pretty much it for this. We're going to do what a customer, or not customer, a commenter recommended. And we are going to uncombine this. So, because not many people do it, we're going to show that off for everyone after we do some comparisons. Here he is next to Deathsaurus. Armada Optimus Prime. Victory Saber, whose leg decided to pop up. Open. Both of his legs did. There we go. We got G1 Ultra Magnus. Looks quite intimidated. We've got Modern Day Leader, who is Megatronus the Fallen, who is incredibly tiny compared to him. And we'll compare him to Sideburns for the heck of it. A little deluxe who likes to fall over. And two more comparisons. One, we're going to look at Jetfire / Skyfire with the Star Saber. I'm waiting for things on this with his mask on. And then Skylynx, who is big, and if he raises his beak to the sky, is a little taller than he is. So now, after all those, since those are all done, we are going to uncombine him now. Because I had someone comment that they wanted to see that. So, first thing, remove blue bolts. That's an easy thing. Next thing, we need to remove his chest. So first thing you want to do, go to his back. Flip up that panel, fold the arms out. Then untab the jetpack. And there we go. We'll fold up the head and leave that like that. Leave it like that. Untab the chest, which is a bit harder than you think, unless you do it like, unless you're doing it through the Ultra Magnus chest, which is the abs. It's extremely difficult to get that clip out. So now we lift that up and over. Fixing something real quick. Okay. Now we're going to turn this back into Ultra Magnus soon. Then we have unfold, 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 untab from the hand. Boom, we have the arms done. Then we untab their legs. Untab these from the legs as well. Untab these from the legs, which is a little pain sometimes, and has caused stress marks in the figure, which I live with because it's mine and I will do with it what I please. Then untab the back legs, back from the legs, and then unclip those. And that's all those pieces done and ready. We're going to get Optimus back to Optimus. We're going to leave these parts off to the side for a moment. So Optimus, we are going to bring his chest in. Bring his arms up. Oh, he has stolen a hand. Which hand did he steal? He stole this one's. Tap that back on the ball joint, and there we go. Then, Remove the girdle as Evan called it. Bring it down. Move the head. Bring out the head. Slide it forward. Bring up the sirens. Bring out the heel spurs. And boom, you got yourself Fire Convoy / Optimus Prime all ready to do the thing I am preparing for. Then we're going to take this leg, untab this part. We're going to use this little bit to get some stuff out because my fingernails don't exist. Okay, untab it, bring it back up, bring the leg up all the way, close it, or bring it small, bring that down, unflurl again, bring it around, bring this down, bring this down, bring this up, and boom, we got one leg done. Then we fold up the crotch. That's one leg done. Next leg we are going to do is fold up this piece, fold this up, fold that in, bring that up, bring these out, bring them around, bring them up, bring them down, bring this back in, bring this down, bring the crotch up, and combine it with the other piece. Look, we're slowly building Ultra Magnus. Then we're going to turn this part into what it was originally. Accordion this all the way out, all the way, and fold these little red bits in. Fold those in as well. Then what you're going to want to do, fold down Omega Prime's ears all the way down so that they touch the white panel in the back. Then bring this forward. Bring this forward, and boom, you got yourself that done. Next, you want to take the panels that are the windows, bring them in. That tab will tab into that slot. Tab and slot. Sometimes this is a little finicky. Then bring these back down and tab them into those windows that we have. Then fold down the crotch all the way down as far as it can go. Then next part, bring that up. Actually, we want to untab these again so we don't have to flex anything. Bring these up and around, up and around, so that they cover most of the red bits. Then close the chrome. Then what we want to do now is bring out the chest. Oh, have to untransform a bit. Hold, please. Unfold the chest, then bring it all up and plug it all back in. And fold that up, fold that up, fold that up, fold that out. Energon matrix, which is cool. Then bring these down. These will tab into those missile launchers. If you line it up all right, they'll tab into the missile launchers. Then we bring the arms down, face them forward, so the elbow bends facing towards you. So you want the panels facing frontwards. And then grab the head from the back, untab it, because it looked like, did it tab in? Pretty much tabbed in. It slotted the peg in, so now we unflurl it, bring it down, then bring the chest up, plug that peg into that slot. Okay, then go back to the backpack. Fold it up, these tabs, go into those two slots. If you have it lined up and pushed down, line up, line up, line up, and boom. Next thing's next. We're going to put it back on his hands. First, rotate it, close the hand up as much as possible. And then this peg will go into that hole in the back of the hand. Then you just, I think it goes like this. There we go. That's correct. Then you tab this, one tab there. Those two plug in the front and the back. Unless I'm putting this on wrong. In which case, I think I am. Which is it like this? Fold that in, fold this down. Fold this down, fold this down, fold this down, fold this down now. It's in a bit as well. I haven't taken off his hands in a while. There we go. The tires should be facing downwards. Then you do the same for the other side. Hand should be facing like this on the inside. Close it up, and close this up before you do anything. Tab it all back in. And then bring this down and down. Slide back on the legs. And then there's this feature they have where if you take one Optimus hands and then take Ultra Magnus's hand, which this is done in the show, so this is real. Yep, do the thing we did for combination and just do this. And this is how they start combination in the show, which I think is awesome. So I believe that's it, and that's all. So I'll see you in the next one. Until then, bye.